URCD Keys is the best source for genuine Windows 10 and Office Professional product keys that work the first time, every time. Get 20% off normal prices using our discount code BST for Byte Size Tech and the link in the video description below. You know, 2021 was a tough year, and it was, and I got very discouraged, especially in the second half of the year.
Our bingo card blew up. It's like, I'm not taking any more.
The challenge is this. I had fun putting together deals for the first 4 years of this channel.
Yeah, because there was deals and there was stuff to be said and had, and
I could say spend this amount of money and get much better performance than a few years ago. And now it's spend all the money and get better performance than a couple years ago. Well, for twice the money, I want like 5 times the performance. And the reality is, it's not 5 times the performance. I mean, yes, a Ryzen 9 5900X is a substantial upgrade over an i7 8700K. And a 3090 is a substantial upgrade over a 1070 Ti. But good God, for the money, I would hope so. I did a build. Let's find this. I did a build a couple years ago, which I used up until a while ago. Tech deals. Search i7 8700K. $2,000 i7 8700K Cadillac build. Now, this is the deconstruction where I actually took it apart.
Oh, yeah.
Deconstructing coffee leg.
People got so upset at that.
They're like, you're taking it apart? I want to upgrade to it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know. And there's where I did benchmarks comparing a Ryzen 7 1700 versus the 8700.
I remember that.
We did a giveaway on that build. We don't do giveaways anymore because it attracts the wrong people.
That was terrible.
So here's actually the playlist of videos. The Y vlog, RAM and storage. Oh man, I broke that up into a lot of videos.
Yeah, you did. You did several parts on that.
So here's the thing. That was a $2,000 build. And for $2,000, you got an i7 8700K, you got a Z270 motherboard, you got case, power supply, a GTX 1080 Ti. That was before the 20 series launched. So you got the top of the line NVIDIA card, an NVMe boot drive, and I think one more SSD was included in that price. I don't actually remember.
Oh, who's that handsome guy?
Look on the parts list.
You're looking the part there. Oh, wow, look at the parts list.
So the $2,000 Cadillac build had 8700K. Oh, excuse me, I said 270. That's a Z370 motherboard. 16 gigs of RAM, Master Case Pro 6, 750 watt 80 plus gold, 1080 Ti, a 250 gigabyte NVMe boot drive, and a 500 gig SATA SSD. That NVMe, even just a couple years ago, was expensive.
Was that 2017?
Where's the date?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Why is there no date? There it is.
There you go. Yep, 2017.
So 2018, 2019, 2020, 21. So 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, a 256 gig NVMe boot drive was what fit into a $2,000 build.
Wow. Now.
But here's the kicker. A 3090 all by itself is more than that build.
Yep.
It cost you $3,000. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Well, you don't need a 3090. What are you going to buy? A 3080 for $1,500 with 10 gigs of VRAM? 10 gigs? 4 years ago, that machine had 11 gigs of VRAM. 10 gigs is stupid. The 3080 is dumb. If it was MSRP, it wouldn't be as bad. I mean, if it was $699, okay, fine.
But it's not.
But it's not. An RX 6900 XT for $1,500 almost kind of makes sense because it has 16 gigs of VRAM. But so that's $1,500 for the video card, $500 for CPU. Boom, there's $2,000. There's no motherboard, there's no RAM, there's no storage, there's no power supply.
Nope.
If you want to do what I did back then and build a Cadillac machine, $5,000. Now, is a Ryzen 9 5900X or a i7 12700K better than an i7 8700? Yes. But for 2.5 times the money? How do you get excited about that? How do you go, oh man, here's a deal. It's double the performance for the same money of four. Oh, wait, no. It's double the performance for 2.5 times the money, and you have to beat your head against the wall to try to find the parts because everything's out of stock. I feel you. I get it. That's frustrating.
That's something I haven't heard much last year. Hey, honey, come take a look at this deal.
No, there's
There
no
hasn't been any
freaking deals. It's I mean, I did this $2,000 build, and then I used it for several years. I streamed on Twitch with it. I gamed with it.
Yep,
now, eventually, I replaced it with something better because...
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
You know
it
what?
didn't like that much.
Yeah, but I did an i9 9900K build, and it was sitting on the floor. It wasn't exactly hard to swap it out, so sure. If you want to build a premium PC today,
It's a lot of money. And then people get upset. We're just the messengers.
let's see here. The Red Dog in chat says I paid $1,200 for my 3070. Yeah. 2080 Ti's were $1,200, and everybody had a complete cow over it, which I understand.
Yep.
But it just is what it is. I hear you guys. Mm-hmm. I absolutely hear you guys. Well, regarding mining, Mr. Nicehash says,
Welcome.
Mine,
He's new.
Right, but the problem is you missed a year ago.
There's actually a Byte Size Tech coming out about that topic.
Yeah, I mean, I if you're trying to put together a new machine today, you know, it's not that I'm scoffing at lower priced items. It's just that there are no lower priced items. There's no reasonable lower price machine. If you want to put together a cheaper machine, buy a pre-built, which we've covered. And if you don't, buy an Xbox or a PlayStation. Not liking any of those answers doesn't change any of those answers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it really doesn't. What do you want to add to that, my love?
Wookrep just says he built a 5950X with 3090 Founders Edition, 128 gigs of RAM. Not cheap, but it was worth it because all the mods in his Minecraft, it doesn't crash. And it, like the texture pack.
A 16-core machine and a 3090 for Minecraft, but he uses mods.
Exactly.
If you mod the ever-loving heck out of it, sure.
There you go.
Denvera says,
I paid $359 US for my 5700 XT, and I'm sticking with it till these MSRPs come down and you can get cards below.
have a good life. I think, Denvera, I think we've chatted about that on stream.
Yeah.
I mean, over on Discord.
That's not happening.
Here's the thing. Are you the one who said to me that you were going to keep your 57 your RX 5700 XT until you could pay the same money to get a card that will do 4K 120 frames a second? And I believe my response was...
That was the question that we had last stream, yes.
Okay, goodbye. I mean, have a nice life. I don't know what to tell you. That's never. Maybe 10 years from now?
Yeah.
I know.
Well, here's the thing.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
okay, he can buy it, but then he's playing all the games from today.
Yeah, but
Not-
that's not what he's referring to.
No,
Because
I know he's
an
not.
RX 5700 XT today will play some games at 4K 120 frames a second.
Yeah.
But to get a $350 new GPU going forward that will play current games at 4K 120 frames per second,
Yeah, it's called Xbox.
no, the Xbox won't do it either.
The new one.
No, it won't do it either.
There'll be one that will. Mark
I don't
my
think so.
words. You don't reckon?
No. You know why?
Why?
Because the detail level of games will increase.
It will. That's true.
And it is very, very demanding to move 1 billion pixels per second, which is what 4K 120 frames a second is.
True.
And it's always going to be a trade-off, at least for the long foreseeable future. I mean, sure, 20, 30, 40 years from now, maybe.
We can do 4K.
But I'm not going to be doing this in 20 years.
Meanwhile, 12K, 20K.
8K might take off by that point. The thing is this. They're going to want to add more detail to the world.
Yep.
See, the Xbox One...
It'll be 8K 30, and then it'll be 12K...
The Xbox... Yeah, but you got to realize something. The Xbox isn't really 4K.
What is it?
It's really about 1400. It's 1440 to 1800p, upscaled.
Okay.
The Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 weren't 1080p.
Were they 720?
They were. Most Xbox One games played at 720 and were upscaled to 1080p, and most PlayStation 4 games were 900p upscaled to 1080p. Now, that's not to say there weren't any 1080p games. Do you remember that Super Stardust game I used to like to play?
Yes.
That was 1080p. That's the kind of game you can make 1080p on those consoles. Call of Duty? There's too much detail in there for those consoles to do 1080p.
True.
So they're upscaled. Mm-hmm. The other issue is that, of course, the native output, meaning the signal coming from the because I've also seen this comment when I've said this before. No. My Xbox Series S is at 4K because I pull up on my TV and the thing on my TV says it's getting a 4K signal. Oh, good for you. I'm sure that your Xbox is putting a 4K signal out to your television. That doesn't mean that it is rendering internally at 4K. That doesn't mean that it's using 4K textures. And that doesn't mean that look, FSR and DLSS exist on PCs. These things exist.
He's had a thought. Well, watch out.
Can I remind everybody that this exists?
That's right, I remember that. 4K gaming on a GTX 1050 Ti, solution to mining GPU shortages.
Notice this is from 2018.
Are they still running at $300?
Yeah. GTA 5 will run at 4K on a 1050 Ti. Does that look like modern 4K gaming to you? It's fine. It's nice. It's fun. But does that look like modern games to you?
No.
The way I made that work is I turned every detail slider down and everything to minimum. Now, there is no upscaling involved. It was running native 4K.
It was.
There's no render resolution adjustment. This was 2018. That stuff didn't exist like it does today. But I know.
Oh! Oh no, the poor ice cream man.
I'll just leave it up so everybody can enjoy it with your sound effects.
Sorry.
Come on, give some sound effects, my love. Why is the back door flapping open? I have a defective car.
Those kids. Those darn kids.
But...
Ooh, watch out for the bus. Watch out for the bus. Ooh, you made it past the bus. Oh no, cyclist.
That was mean.
Oh, another one. Man, you're booking it. Look at you. Oh, up on the curve. Watch out, truck driver.
Oh, I shot those people.
What? Oh!
Ooh! Don't worry, my car can still drive even after that accident.
Oh, over the curb. Oh,
Oh, should you stop? I'm fine, I swear. See, look, my car's still... Oh, would you guys...
Why does everyone benchmark GTA 5 at day but not at night? I don't know, that's just how it works. It's not... You can't see much at
Wait,
night.
am I going to get to the...
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, no.
Oh, watch out for the palm trees. Hey,
Oh, we're booking it. Does it make you nervous?
Yes, and it's not even...
Oh!
Oh, how did you miss the pole? Uh-oh.
Oh, that poor
Not
car.
the Corvette.
Oh!
Not another
Whatever that. Oh,
convertible.
hang on.
Oh, it's bugger that, he says. I'm going to upgrade.
If
you're going to upgrade.
After I shot the poor person. That's just mean.
I don't recommend doing that, folks. We're getting 75 frames a second. He drives like this in Cyberpunk 2077 too.
Oh!
Oh! Sorry, folks.
That was just... Well, hey, if the police hadn't blocked the road, I wouldn't hit those people. It's the cop's fault.
Yep.
Blame the police.
Mm-hmm.
They did it.
Look at that handsome guy. Look how young you look.
Do you have something to say over there?
Who's that handsome guy?
He's sitting right
Oh,
here.
he is? Oh, hello.
GTA 5 will play at 4K, 60 plus frames per second on a 1050 Ti. So yes, you can absolutely play at 4K, 120 frames per second on an RX 5700 XT, but not in Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
I'm sorry, Denvera. I realize you might feel beat up at this point,
Well,
and I'm not trying to beat you up.
He says games from the past 10 years is fine at 120. So most of the new games are crap and repetitive. I figure 4 to 6 years before low end can do 4K on these games.
Your current card will do older games at 4K.
Exactly.
Your 5700 XT is monstrously faster than a 1050 Ti. How fast do you think a Cyberpunk 2077 will run at 4K on a 5700 XT?
On a 5700 XT?
Now I'm curious. Look what you've done to me. It's all Rogue's fault.
4K?
Oh, I don't have that linked.
50? 50 frames a second? 60? Are we talking 4K?
Yes.
Are we talking everything souped up to the max? Or are we talking about compromises? I was thinking. There's questions. There's questions. It was about 45 frames a second? Oh, I said 50. Did you see the look he gave me? No. Come on then, tell me. Medium settings, 23 frames a second. Time
If you're going to play Cyberpunk, why would you play medium at 4K instead of ultra at 1440p?
I don't know.
That defeats the point.
Good night, Ian. Have a good sleep.
See,
Yeah,
I
guess it's
tested
7:30.
Cyberpunk, but I was looking for my benchmarks. I only tested at 1440p.
You only test it 1440p? You didn't test it 4K?
Oh, good Lord. Man,
Oh
I
my
really
gosh.
don't have anything set up on this.
$45 frames a second. That's at 1440p.
This is at 1440p high detail. 4K is a joke on this graphics card for modern games.
So
I'm sorry, guys. It is.
Do you reckon 30?
No, it's not. No, it's 2.5 times the pixels. It'd be a stuttering mess.
Well, yes, we know that. But that was not your question.
A 5700 XT is an inappropriate video card to play Cyberpunk at 4K.
Yeah.
It is. It's not even great at 1440p.
No,
It runs.
but not smooth.
It's smooth-ish. Medium detail.
It's not as pretty as with the 3090 and ray tracing and all that kind of stuff. It kind of looks meh.
Yeah.
When you've seen it all blinged out on with ray tracing, that is kind of like,
Let me put it this way. An RX 6800 XT. This is with SAM on. at 4K.
4K, Sam on, 6800 XT.
Look at our frame rate.
45 frames. Oh, wow, look at the frame rates jumping all over the place.
A 6800 XT is a lot faster than a 5700 XT, honey. With faster VRAM and better drivers and I'm inside here. I'm not even in the open world. I'm in an instant combat mission.
Yeah, so it's a little easier on the... Still 7.5 gigs of VRAM.
You want to play at 4K? Get a 3090.
The AMD cards definitely aren't as pretty.
Well, it's missing ray tracing.
You are correct. Yes, it is.
This is also not ultra. This is high detail.
40 frames a second now at high.
This is 40 frames a second at high detail, 4K, no ray tracing on a 6800 XT. URCD Keys is the best source for genuine Windows 10 and Office Professional product keys that work the first time, every time. Get 20% off normal prices using our discount code BST for Byte Size Tech and the link in the video description below. $15 gets you a Windows 10 Professional OEM key that is a real product key, activates directly with Microsoft, use it forever as it links to your Microsoft account and it works through reinstalls. Get a full copy of Office 2019 Professional Plus for about $50 that redeems at setup.office.com using your Microsoft account. It also works forever through reinstalls. We have been using URCD keys for almost 3 years now and recommend you do so as well.